Well, gliding got into the Olympic Games in 1936 by the Germans as a demonstration sport. After the 1936 Games, it was accepted into the 1940 Games at Helsinki. But of course, we all know that war intervened and those games didn't happen, so this was the big lost opportunity for gliding. After the war, the FAI, that's the Federation Aeronautique International, decided to go its own way and create its own world championships. So the focus really was off Olympic gliding and very much on their own world championship series. So gliding missed out the 1948 Games. It also unfortunately missed out in the Helsinki Games in 1952. By 1956, the IOC were rationalising the sports and gliding was taken out of the Olympic programme, and it never was successful getting back into an Olympic programme thereafter. One day someone suggested that maybe the Wenlock Olympian Games might be the right answer. And of course I thought at the time, well, gosh, why didn't I think of that? We had to choose a gliding club that was located very close to Wenlock, and of course that was the Long Mynd, and what a fantastic choice that turned out to be.
Midland Gliding Club is one of the oldest gliding clubs in the country. We were established in 1934 and we've been flying here ever since, apart from a few years during the war when they dug up our airfield to prevent the Germans from landing on it. Traditionally, we've had members coming to this site from all over the country. We describe it as a country club for our members, somewhere to get away to at the weekends. We are delighted to be hosting this competition. We spent about a year organising this with the Vintage Glider Club. They came to us a little over a year ago and invited us to partner with them in putting on this competition. We have here a collection of gliders which were designed for the 1940 Olympic Games.
The Ollie was created from a set of specifications that were laid down in the middle of 1938. There was a competition laid down to select a glider for the 1940 Games. The result of all this was the Olympia was chosen.
The idea was that every pilot would fly exactly the same glider, so it would be a test of the pilots and not of the gliders.
The plans were distributed all around the world to the different aero clubs, and many people started building the Olympia both during the war and after the war with anticipation that gliding was going to re-enter the Games in 1948 and onwards. So that's how we ended up with so many Olympias being built all around Europe, and especially here in the UK where we built something like just over 150 examples.
We have here today some 20 of those gliders that were built between 1940 and 1960. And it's, we think, the biggest collection of Olympia gliders anywhere in the same place at the same time since 1956.
Well, the KA6 was really the spiritual successor to the Olympia. They used as a basis the old Olympic monoclass specifications, and that was their starting point. So the KA6 does actually have a direct link to the original monoclass Olympic specification.
Anybody launching by winch is deemed to have started. The aerotow is available, and I'm putting a maximum charge of 1,500 feet on the aerotow, so you don't get too much of an advantage for aerotow.
Well, tarsetting required a challenge really, because I've done